So Ninĝirsu, or Ninurta as he is also known, was a fierce god of war and of agriculture. He's also known to be the son of the god Enlil and also the patron deity of the city-state of Girsu. His main cult centre was in Girsu, as his name translates to the Lord of Girsu, and his main temple was known as the Ninnu, or the Temple of 50. And later by the 9th century BCE, when Ashur-natsir-pal II rules the Assyrian Empire, Ninurta had a great cult centre in Kalchu, or the modern-day Nimrud. In fact, here is a tablet dedicated to Ninĝirsu and his Ninnu temple. So this is me holding this tablet. I was fortunate enough to go and visit it, where it's currently stored at the John Rylands Library in Manchester. This tablet would have been commissioned by the NC of Lagash, or the ruler or prince Gudea. So the Ninnu temple is actually the subject of the longest Sumerian inscription found, and it's known as the building of Ninģirsu's temple. The crux of this story is essentially Ninģirsu appearing to Gudea, the NC of Lagash, in a dream and instructing him to build this illustrious temple. So here is a reconstruction on the bottom of what the Ninnu would have looked like, or could have looked like, and at the top obviously what it looks like now in Tello in Iraq, which is obviously ancient Girsu. And in fact, its walls was only fairly recently discovered by the Girsu project led by the British Museum. They do actually have a write-up about this where you can look at the Dropbox full of the pictures and the discoveries, so do go and check that out. If you just type in Ninnu Temple into Google, around the 4th link down you'll see this link to the British Museum's article. So Ninģirsu is often associated with the Anzu bird, or its defeat rather, which is this bird here. This is a Neo-Assyrian relief found in the Temple of Ninurta under the rule of Ashur-natsir-pal II. So essentially in this story we have the Anzu bird stealing the Tablet of Destinies from Enlil, the chief god of the Sumerian pantheon, while he's bathing. Then we essentially have multiple gods trying to go and retrieve the tablet from the Anzu bird but are unsuccessful. So of course Ninģirsu, our hero, steps up to the task, slaughters the bird and returns the Tablet of Destinies, restoring divine order. So the idea of a god having to step up to the plate in order to fight some sort of chaotic being to restore divine order is a motif we see in another famous myth. So that myth would be the Babylonian creation myth, the Enuma Elish. So in this story we have Marduk, the patron deity of the city-state of Babylon and son of Enki, rise up to defeat Tiamat, a primordial goddess who birthed the gods and the universe from her waters along with Apsu, and essentially goes homicidal and wants to kill everybody. Others are put up to the task of defeating Tiamat but ultimately fail. So Marduk takes their place, destroys Tiamat, fashions the heavens and the earth from her corpse, and essentially becomes revered in the assembly of the gods. So that was Ninģirsu, the god of war and agriculture. Catch you in the next video.